This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. When the term luxury watch is mentioned, images often emerge of tranquil Swiss valleys, snowy peaks, and meticulous watchmakers piecing together masterpieces with tweezers under magnifying glasses. This picture has long symbolized tradition, excellence, and legacy. However, recent developments and leaks have shattered this illusion, pulling back the curtain on an industry built as much on image as on craftsmanship. Behind the polished dials and precious metal lies a truth more complex and far less romantic. A shocking leak originating from China has brought uncomfortable truths to light. Allegations emerged that Rolex, along with other luxury watchmakers, has been compelled to adjust prices in response to declining sales. More than just a business decision, this move coincided with the revelation of large quantities of Rolex-style parts being stored and shipped from a Chinese warehouse, sparking intense speculation and industry-wide concern. But to understand this unfolding drama, it is essential to look far beyond Switzerland. The city of Shenzhen, China, has emerged as a global manufacturing powerhouse and arguably the true capital of watch production in the modern era. Despite being thousands of miles from Geneva, this vibrant metropolis now plays a critical role in shaping the luxury watch market. This revelation challenges long-held assumptions and forces the industry to confront a difficult question. When the heart of watch production beats in China, what does Swiss-made really mean? And that is what we are going to explore in this video brought to you by the Luxury World. Make sure to subscribe to Luxury World for exclusive access to upcoming insights, curated content, and expert guidance to help elevate every step of your watch investment journey. Shenzhen is home to over 1,100 watch companies, producing more than 95% of the world's watches. It accounts for 63% of the total Chinese watch market and hosts 7 of the top 10 Chinese watch brands. Since the 1980s, when Hong Kong-based factories moved operations inland, Shenzhen has leveraged China's open market reforms and become a hub of industrial clustering. Here, nearly all components, cases, bracelets, movements, and dials are produced locally, creating a streamlined, cost-effective manufacturing process. What distinguishes Shenzhen is its one-hour supporting circle. This term refers to a supply chain ecosystem so efficient that a watch manufacturer can source every necessary component within an hour's radius. Such logistical efficiency has allowed Shenzhen-based factories to produce high-quality watches quickly, affordably, and at scale. Every June, Shenzhen hosts the China International Watch and Clock Exhibition, the largest of its kind in the country. The event gathers over 90% of Chinese watch brands and suppliers, providing a glimpse into the latest technology, design innovation, and manufacturing capabilities. These companies increasingly cater not only to domestic buyers but also to international markets, with exports reaching Europe, Southeast Asia, the Middle East, and Africa. Perhaps most startling is the quiet but undeniable role that Shenzhen plays in supporting luxury watch production. Some of the same factories supplying Chinese brands are believed to produce components, and in some cases, entire watches, for internationally renowned labels. These are not counterfeit operations, but high-grade manufacturing facilities utilizing sapphire crystals, ceramic bezels, solid stainless steel, and mechanical movements that rival Swiss quality. Historically, these partnerships were kept in the shadows. Yet in recent years, many of these Shenzhen-based factories have begun accepting direct orders from private clients, offering customized watches that meet high standards of precision and design. With minimum order quantities starting at just 50 units, access to luxury-style watches has never been more democratized. This new model of direct factory-to-consumer sales has disrupted the traditional retail hierarchy. Buyers now engage directly with manufacturers, cutting out middlemen and drastically lowering prices. The language around these products has also evolved. Terms like factory build, homage, B-grade, or parallel release are now commonly used to describe pieces once dismissed as mere replicas. At the heart of this controversy lies the coveted Swiss-made label. For decades, it has stood as a badge of authenticity, quality, and heritage. But closer inspection reveals that the designation is based not on strict geographical sourcing, but on legal definitions that many consumers do not fully understand. Swiss law allows a watch to be labeled Swiss-made if 60% of its value is derived from Switzerland. That value can include branding, research and development, final assembly, and marketing, not necessarily the physical components. This means that a watch case, dial, bracelet, and even certain movement components can be manufactured in Shenzhen. then sent to Switzerland, where the movement is inserted and final testing is performed. With just those finishing steps, the product earns the Swiss stamp, despite originating largely from China. While the movement often remains Swiss in higher-end models, even this can vary. Some brands have been known to use Japanese or even Chinese movements in entry-level offerings. These practices are not new. Industry veterans have attested that as far back as the 1970s, prestigious brands were using Asian-sourced parts. These include bracelets, hands, crowns, and even full dials. Over the decades, this sourcing strategy remained largely hidden, protected by powerful brand narratives and aggressive marketing campaigns. The media has played a role in keeping these secrets under wraps. Luxury watch brands invest millions annually in advertising, sponsorships, and collaborations. In return, magazines, websites, and influencers often avoid reporting negative or controversial stories. Meanwhile, social media personalities and horological influencers frequently receive gifts, paid trips, and access to exclusive releases, further discouraging transparency. Still, the digital age has made it increasingly difficult to conceal inconvenient truths. Factory insiders, independent researchers, and online content creators have begun to expose these long-held secrets. Videos displaying high-end watch components being packed in Chinese factories have gained traction on platforms like TikTok and YouTube. These clips, often shared anonymously, have fueled speculation and cast doubt on the exclusivity of many so-called Swiss timepieces. Around the same time that one such video went viral, Rolex began quietly instructing authorized dealers in certain markets to reduce prices on select models by up to 20%. Models affected included the Submariner, GMT Master 2, and various Oyster perpetual references. Though no public announcement was made, collectors and market analysts quickly noticed the pattern. The timing raised eyebrows. Could this have been a strategic response to oversupply? Was Rolex attempting to curb gray market competition fueled by parts slipping from official supply chains into Shenzhen factories? The lack of official communication only deepened the mystery. Price cuts are rare in the luxury space. The watch industry thrives on exclusivity, scarcity, and emotional appeal. Lowering prices risks damaging a brand's perceived value. But the facts were impossible to ignore. By late 2024, Switzerland's watch exports had dropped significantly, reaching their lowest levels in 2 decades aside from the pandemic slump. In response, many luxury houses had pivoted toward ultra-premium offerings, timepieces priced for a small circle of high-net-worth clients. Yet the broader market began to unravel. According to data from across different platforms, resale prices for luxury watches continued to decline. In the final quarter of 2024, average watch prices dropped another 1.5%, with Richemont brands experiencing an average 2.4% decrease. Cartier, long considered resilient, saw a 2.2% drop. Rolex, too, was not immune. Prices for its most popular models had plummeted well below their 2022 highs and even beneath January 2021 levels. Meanwhile, Chinese suppliers allegedly continued to receive surplus materials from Rolex-linked orders. Instead of discarding excess inventory, these parts were completed and sold, without the official crown logo, but with the same materials and quality. At the end of the line, the decision ultimately lies with the buyer. For some, the emotional resonance and brand legacy justify the premium. For others, understanding the true origin and production process prompts a reassessment of value. Either way, the luxury watch industry is undergoing a quiet transformation. With transparency increasing and consumer awareness on the rise, the era of blind brand worship may soon give way to a more informed, empowered marketplace. What are your thoughts on the Rolex topic featured in this video? We would love to hear your perspective. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments and give the video a thumbs up if you found it insightful. Do not forget to follow Luxury World for more curated content on fine timepieces and market insights. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to welcoming you again in our next video.